Guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm gonna be walking you guys through how I get really nice flawless base. I'm gonna be showing you guys in detail how I color correct and everything, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. So the first step to get the perfect base is your primer. Personally, I feel it's very important because that's like a barrier between your skin and your foundation, and also it's gonna make your makeup last longer. And if you have other skin concerns, like I have dry skin, so I like to go in with a moisturizing primer which helps my skin feel more hydrated so that the foundation doesn't like look cakey or anything. Always look at your skin and you can tell better your skin really needs. If it's dry, go in with obviously a moisturizer. If you have large pores, go in with the pore filling primer. So I have like very dry skin. I've said that like a million times. I'm gonna be going in with my Smashbox. This is the Photo Finish Primerizer. This is a primer plus moisturizer, so two-in-one kind of product. So it is really gonna hydrate my skin and really might make my foundation look more natural and not so cakey. But if you have large pores, I started to like because I use niacinamide and everything, so my pores are shrinking a little bit, so I try not to use pore filling primers so I can see how my skin is really doing. But if you have large pores, the two that I personally really like, the first one is this Rare Beauty one. This really blurs out your skin and make it look flawless. And then the other one is the OG, the Professional Pore Filling Primer. But if you're looking to get an affordable one, you can all try out the Alpha Putty Primer. They're also very good. And another thing with the primers is you want to do water-based primer with the water-based foundation, because if you have oil-based primer underneath your foundation, it's gonna break your foundation. So always remember, oil base goes with oil base and then the water base goes with the water base. So today I'm gonna be using this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this over my face. And you always want to go in with like thin layers, because thin layers really make your makeup look flawless and skin-like. It doesn't look like a mask, so always go in with like very thin layers. This primer is also like very tacky, so your foundation is kind of like gonna stick to it and make it last longer. Alright, so next I'm gonna go in with my foundation. Okay, so for my foundation, I am using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. This is also a water-based foundation, and if you want to know if the product is water-based or not, the ingredients are listed on the back. Mine are like completely erased, but they're listed on the back, or you can Google it to see if it's a water-based or not. And I'm first only gonna get like 1.5 pump for my whole face. If we need more, we can obviously go in with more. And if you want to get the full coverage, try going in with a brush first, and then you can always at the end just use a beauty blender to pick up the excess product. But first I'm gonna go in with my brush. Don't mind my brush, it has like all sorts of foundations on it, but I'm gonna go ahead, pick it up with the brush. I'm gonna start putting this on my face. Oh, and by the way, I'm in the shade 6 Neutral with this one, and I think matches me really well. But I'm still gonna drag it onto my neck, just so it doesn't look off. yesterday, so that was 1.5 pump to cover my whole face. And now I just turned down my lighting a little bit so you can actually see the next step, because I think with the lighting sometimes everything just looks so flawless, but I promise you my face has all the imperfections like everyone else does, so there's nothing to worry about there, because we all are beautiful, you know. So the next step is gonna be color correction. So with the color correction, if you have pigmented skin like I do, it's usually like around my lips and not so like underneath my eyes, because my dark circles are not that crazy. They look fine, but you know, a little bit might help as well. And wherever I am like really pigmented, I could just go ahead and color correct there. If you have really red skin on your cheeks, you can go in with a green color corrector to cancel that. If you have pigmented skin like I do, you can go in with the orange or peach color corrector to correct that. So for my color correction, I'm gonna go in with this MAC concealer palette. This is the medium deep shade, and I'm gonna go in with this orange color on the bottom, and just spray it on the back of my hand. So I'm gonna start color correcting. So let me just move closer so you guys can see. So around my mouth, you can see like it's right underneath my lips. I don't know how much the camera is picking up, but whenever I put like even like my skin tone foundation, this area, since it's dark, it's gonna turn ashy and it's gonna look gray. So this is where I need to balance it out. Even though the foundation is my shade, but still this area, since it's darker than the rest of the face, it's gonna look more ashy. So I'm gonna go ahead and putting the color corrector on here. And with the color corrector, again, you want to go in with a very thin layer. This is how much product I have on the back of my hand. The brush almost has like nothing, so I'm going in with very thin layer. And also like right underneath my lip. And now I'm gonna just do a little bit, like a tiniest amount, like right in the inner corner, because that's where I feel like it just gets a little pigmented. Whatever is left on my brush, I'm just gonna put this on the under eye area. And since it's a very thin layer, it'll be easier to go on top of it with the concealer and hide all the color correction and balance it out. A little crazy right now, but it's okay. So next I'm gonna go in with my concealer. So then you want to pick a concealer that is actually your skin tone, not light concealer, because this is really gonna mess up if you go in with the light concealer. You can always go in with the light concealer if you like your under eyes to be a little bright, but at this point you want to go in with the with your skin tone concealer. So I'm using this one. This is the Naked Skin Concealer, and I am gonna go with this one right on top of the thing. So I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand first. I'm actually gonna mix just a tiny bit of this color because the 60N is just a little deep for me. So the mixture of both of these would actually work the best. And then I'm going to take the concealer on the brush again, a very thin layer, and I'm going to go ahead and dab it on top of the color corrector. And you want to dab so you don't move the work you did underneath it. So once we are done with this, now you can see that my face is looking one tone. And now if you want, you can go ahead and use a highlighting concealer if that's what you prefer, or you can leave it right here, but I usually do prefer a highlighting concealer because it really brings out the features that I want to bring out. And so I'm gonna go ahead and take the lighter concealer, and I am not gonna add this like right underneath the eyes. I'm actually gonna put it right over here where it's gonna catch the light, and also like the center of your face, of course the bridge of your nose, and Cupid's bow. And if you want, I always like to add a little bit on my chin, and then you want to go in with your concealer brush again and kind of like tap the product. Always try to tap the product in instead of like doing a swiping motion, because then you're just putting the product where you want it to be, and if you like swipe it, it's gonna go everywhere else where you don't want it to be. So, and now you just want to blend this concealer right here. So don't take it like a right here, because you don't need the concealer there. You already have enough product there, and this is where the creasing starts to happen. So you want to avoid that area. We have already gotten that covered, and if you want to bring the light back to your face, you can always use a lighter concealer in this area. So the next comes is a setting powder. So this is again totally up to you. If you like using loose setting powders, you can go ahead and use a loose setting powder, but if you like to use pressed powders, they're also very great. With the loose powder, I know you have seen it like a lot of people baking and doing all of the jibang. I would say if you have really dry under eyes like I do, stay away from the baking, because that's gonna make your under eyes even more dry. So just set it in place and not do like a lot to it. I'm gonna go in with this powder. This is the MAC NC30, almost like my skin tone. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm first gonna go in with my brush again and really get rid of all the creases, because I do have fine lines under my eyes, and then my concealer just creases like super fast. I'm gonna take a little bit of powder and I'm gonna lightly press this. And this is gonna get rid of any shininess on your face, like under your eyes. You can see this this part is like very shiny where this is matte, and I like to look up for this step so I can really like stretch my under eye and really set this. And make sure you always get rid of your creases. Even if you just put your concealer on, trust me, I would have like nice crease 5 seconds after. So you always want to get rid of your creases, so because once you put powder on top of it, it's done. It's gonna stay like that. And then always set the rest of the areas as well wherever you have put concealer, so it doesn't budge. Okay, so this is how the skin is looking right now. It's looking very nice, one tone, no ashiness. And I'm gonna quickly finish the rest of my face, and then I'll come back to show you guys the last step, which is also very important. I have foundation all over my lips. Okay, so I quickly did some bronzer, blush, and highlighter, so I can show you the last step, which is also very important, the one I never skip, because one, it's gonna make your makeup last very long. Two, it's gonna really melt all the powders. So if you look up close, I don't know how much you can pick up on the camera, but the face looks like it has like a lot of powders and everything. So the setting spray is really gonna melt down all the powders and make everything look really nice. So for my setting mist, I'm using this e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist, and you just want to spray it. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do let me know in the comments down below what kind of videos you want to see. If you want to see the similar videos, I could definitely do more of these. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!